Nestled in between the sprawling metropolitan cities of Philadelphia and New York lies the rural country town of Wayne, New Jersey. The Garden State is best known for producing some of the world's most famous musicians. From Frankie Valli to Springsteen and Old Blue Eyes himself, the late Whitney Houston also called New Jersey home. But it's also home to the first family of football. The Olsen name has become synonymous with success in the town of Wayne Hills. Since his arrival in 1987, head coach Chris Olsen has turned the Patriots into a state powerhouse, winning 8 state championships. The elder Olsen has never had to look very far to find talent at the quarterback position. His oldest son, Chris, was a standout who eventually went on to play at Virginia. Middle son, Greg, starred at the University of Miami and was a first-round pick of the Chicago Bears in 2007. The latest sensation is his youngest son, Kevin, and he might just be the best of the bunch. In his first 2 seasons as a starter, he's won all 6 postseason games and 2 state championships. Although he possesses remarkable natural talent, both Kevin and Chris know that good bloodlines can make all the difference.
I think I definitely, have an advantage. I get to talk to, Chris and Greg that, have went through the same thing I'm going through, especially Chris, the same position. I think, in high school we were probably very much alike, getting recruited by the same type of schools. And, it's good, whenever I have a question, I could just go to him and say, hey, Chris, what went on when you were, even though it's a little bit different, what went on when, what happened at this point when you were, when you were in high school and you were going through this, and, he'll give me, what went on and stuff like that. So, I think it's definitely, an advantage.
I think it's a huge advantage. It'd be like wanting to go to med school and your father's a doctor. Hey, take advantage of it. But I think, he's grown very close at a young age to his older brothers. He's been a lot of places. He's been in locker rooms. He's been in pro locker rooms. He's been in Miami's locker room after a game, Virginia's. He's been a lot of places a lot of young kids didn't. So I think as he grew older, that helped him. Because the first time he walked into some of these places, it was nice, but he wasn't in awe.
That poise has translated into success on the football field. Last season, Olsen threw for 1,700 yards and 20 touchdowns. In the spring, he verbally committed to play collegiately at the University of Miami. Following in his brother's footsteps is something he's looking forward to. And like most kids, he's enjoyed the process of being courted by some of the nation's top schools.
Well, that's definitely the most exciting part of recruiting, when teams like that come in. But, I just know that I need to keep working harder, because as soon as I get to college, I'm going to be back down to, another freshman that has to work his way back up, just like I did here. So, I know I need to keep working hard and, to, reach my full potential.
You might think that with all the success that Olsen has enjoyed, his teammates might be envious. But that's not the case. They see the bright side of playing next to one of the top players in the country.
Obviously, he's a great quarterback. Leadership-wise, he always steps up from sophomore year till this year, always stepping up in drills, taking care of the offense, even in grade school. Always the head of the team.
It's great because we got all the coaches coming looking at him, and by him being with our quarterback, some other guys could get noticed.
I learned a long time ago, when you're coaching your kids, if you make a mistake, you're better off erring on the side of being a little too hard. Because you don't want kids, forget what parents, and you don't want the kids on the team to think that your sons get treated differently than the other kids. That they do get treated differently, but it's usually harder.
It's hard to argue with Coach Olsen's approach. With 3 boys all good enough to play at the Division I level, he certainly made the most of his 25 years at Wayne Hills. But this will be his last season. He's already announced that he will retire at the conclusion of the 2012 season. After 36 years of grinding away, he's ready to spend time watching Kevin play at the next level, and Greg as he enters his 7th season in the NFL. For Kevin, the pressure of playing for a legendary coach is something he welcomes.
I enjoy it. Because in a couple years I'll never play for him again. So I really just, I'm taking, make sure I don't take anything for granted, because, after this year, he'll never coach another game, in his career, and I'll never, play another game under him.
Having Kevin go out on Chris's last year in Wayne Hills football, I think is very, very special. I think we'll cherish every moment that he spends, like we'll cherish every moment that Chris spends in this football season, and go out knowing that the Olsen family made their mark on Wayne Hills football, and we're very, very proud of that.
With his prep career quickly coming to an end, the rest of the country is about to find out that there's a lot more to New Jersey than great music. The golden arm of Kevin Olsen will soon be at a college stadium near you.